on the slice. Got to blow the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life, girl. All my life, grinding all my life, yeah. Fire. Yes, City with one try and 94.5 FM, 15tips.com, Facebook Live. We have it all set up today. Darren has his new nifty setup. He's standing in studio right now. What's this all about? You're now too good to sit? It's like the standing desk people. No. That's what it's looking like.
No, actually, so I was talking to Lena before for the show, Torres Perry, our friend who passed away back in February, his death kind of shook me. So it's like I had to kind of get back into shape, kind of lose all that baby fat, from over the last year, all the gates and everything, to kind of cut some things out. So I guess I've been in the gym the last, since Saturday, but going hard with the weights, arms, legs, what do you call it, cardio?
Yeah.
And so feeling the effects, and so I can't sit there. I mean, it's actually hard for me to drive, to sit long enough in the car. And then what's interesting, me and my brother were in the gym, he trains me, so we were in the gym today. And I was like, man, my arms are burning. And we were doing arms Saturday. Well, we were doing arms again today. We were doing like bicep curls and press and all this other stuff, handles and stuff like that. And then I'm thinking, okay, so it's going to affect the chest today. So I know I'm going to be up late tonight in the middle of the night. My chest's going to be burning and stuff. So I'm just like, man, I'm not feeling it. But, got to do what you got to do. Got to get back, got to make sure that I look Super Bowl ready this fall.
There you go. Good for you, Darren. Proud of you. Dude, I played basketball yesterday for 2 hours. I haven't played inside. I haven't played actual basketball inside since the pandemic started. So I'm talking like a year and a half. I am dying right now. My legs feel like Jell-O.
Yeah, I mean, and look, man, it's a hard thing, man, because it's funny. My partner used to work over 6'10", Ron Hughley, works down in Houston. He's dropped 100 pounds in January. Now, he gave me the info to give this sort of weight loss, but I'm like, when I talked to him, they were like 7,000, 8,000. I'm like, man, shit, no, ask for that. I'll offer me to Houston and get it in Missouri if I give you 7,000, 8,000. So I was like, but it's like, it's one thing to see people do it, but it's also, I can't just be sitting on the couch and be like, I've been looking at my elliptical / bike, more my recumbent bike. I'd be like, man, if I was on there, if I was on there, like, literally, I do plan on being on there during the NBA playoffs, because that's, that's where my attention's going to be, so I'll be doing that. But it's like, obviously, this whole year, I could have been doing it, could have been doing the games, but 3 hours is 2 hours, so it's a lot of time. So, my brother tells me, how far you can do it, man, but
work out with me. Come join me. I work out during Royals games. Like, I'll just do.
You couldn't join me.
Come to yoga with me.
Darren, Planet Fitness with me.
Actually, I like Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is great.
So I go to the Planet Fitness now. I got one for anywhere, but the home gym is over right now, 63rd Street, just because it's next to my house.
I love it. I miss Lifetime.
Yeah. Now, the one thing I have not done yet, I haven't set in the massage chair. I'm probably going to do it tomorrow. So like today, we do a little trading, and then we go to the gym. So he has to get up at 5 in the morning. My body just says otherwise.
I almost cussed on air. 5 in the morning is a time when no one should be awake. That's like
that's when I'm supposed to be there. That doesn't mean the time I wake up.
I did that. No, it's like the morning show guys, like Stephen St. John and Nate Katie. How the hell are they waking up that? My mom did a morning show for like 20 plus years. No idea. It's miserable. You go to bed at like 9 or 10. I'm not built like that, man.
Yeah, I can wake up. It's really not I can roll up, I can get out the bed, I'm in the restroom, but it's like, just to get up and start the day, it's like, I generally try to start my day at 6:30 because, we try to get the trades. So I'll trade pre-market at 7:30, try to make a few thousand, then 8:30, do whatever, and then try to rest the free. So that's my schedule, more or less.
Talking about in shape, I think we should talk about Lucas Niang, because there has been talk all on Twitter for some reason that people are saying Lucas Niang's out of shape. He's overweight.
I saw that Saturday. It really puts me off.
And I'm laughing because it's like, do people not realize he's an offensive lineman? Like, what do you expect him to look like? He's not going to look like Tyreek Hill. He's not going to look like Travis Kelce. He's a big dude.
Well, it was interesting that people seem to have forgotten the video that he showed when he was working out. This was before the Chiefs had acquired Orlando Brown. So, of course, he was working out in a left tackle stance. People think, but I think what happened was people saw him in a sweatshirt and just didn't, saw him in a sweatshirt and shorts, but they didn't really get the gist because you don't see somebody until, when you put on pads or the jersey and stuff like that, you're like, that's a lot. Because when he came to the podium and even when we spoke to Trey Smith Saturday, those are guys shouldn't do.
Those are just big guys.
I'm big ring size like them, but I'm just not as tall. And it's such a big sex on me.
Even Jeff Schwartz, former offensive lineman, goes,
I saw it, yeah.
Offensive linemen, a lot of times, they'll have guts. Doesn't mean they're out of shape. They're just big dudes. It doesn't mean they're fat. Doesn't mean that they weren't working out. They're just large human beings. And so I think that was blown in proportion. I think it was an account on Twitter that maybe tried to get some clout, tried to get people to say, let's get some conversation going about this. Because Andy Reid talked about Lucas Niang, made it seem like if Andy Reid is happy with Lucas Niang, that's all that should matter.
Yeah, I think I know the account you're talking about. I started to call.
I'm not putting on blast. I'm not going to put him on blast and satisfaction.
I'm not going to do that. But I'm saying that it's funny because before I did that and check, and I think with Facebook friends, I was like, I'm really not going to do it because, because people would think I started doing it. I'm
not doing that.
I don't mind it, but I'm just not, God's still working on me, so I'm not going to do that. But when I saw that, then he put his news on. The first of all, he was talking about according to. So I'm like, we got no damn source.
You were the source that you tried to name.
I'm like, do you even cover the Chiefs, dude? So get that whole Chiefs reporter stuff out of your name and out of your thing. You don't cover the Chiefs. You're not at the games. You're not at the practices. Nobody's talking to you. Nobody's sending you information. Nobody is reporting that he's overweight. Like, the dude is 6'6", 6'7", 330 some odd pounds.
Yeah.
He's a tackle.
Yeah.
That's just how he's supposed to be. Now, the only concern that I have, whether it's Orlando Brown, whether it's Trey Smith, whether it's Lucas Niang, is the fact that, to me, I know Patrick is a tall dude, but Patrick doesn't look like Russell Wilson behind this offensive line when they get so. Now, granted, Creed Humphrey looks like a little baby compared,
and he's a big dude. He's like 6'4".
Which is crazy because when you look at it together, I guess if you don't see them side by side, but at a disproportion, it kind of looks like the Bidens. With the Cardinals in the picture, like Lucas Niang looks like a huge human being compared to the rest.
Yeah.
And so I mean, look, this is. I said something to you yesterday. If Patrick is sacked, seriously, now I don't know what the start lineup is going to look like for the offensive line when the season starts. For me personally, I would prefer to be a veteran offensive line. I would prefer to be going from left to right. I prefer to be Brown, Thuney, Blythe, LDT, and then perhaps Remmers. Now, Lucas Niang is like real cool, and I know you and a few of us like Creed. That's fine. I think eventually they would do that along with Trey Smith. My thing is, just start the season off. You got $500 million protection. Protect them with as much experience as possible, and if everybody play the way into it, so do it. My only concern is soon when you have, and I got a chance to ask some of the players over the weekend, when you have Brown, Thuney, Humphrey, Smith, and Niang as an offensive line for 3-4 years in the future, dude, that's a scary sight. Yeah. And Patrick should not be getting more than 5 sacks in the season.
Oh, I mean, it's going to come down to, one, how long is Joe Thuney going to play for? Right. And then it's going to come down to, hopefully, Trey Smith can be healthy with the blood clot concerns. I mean, I think the best part about Kansas City is having this. You can go the veteran route with Blythe, LDT, Remmers. I wouldn't be opposed to having Remmers at right guard where he's played a lot in his career and have Niang at right tackle. Or if you don't think Niang's ready for right tackle, put Niang at right guard and Remmers at right tackle.
And there's still Kyle Long.
The thing with LDT, he wasn't really very good the last time he was on the football field. I think people have fond memories of the year he got his contract, but then he got a contract that year before he took the year off, he wasn't great. And having a year off, not playing football, coming off of a not great season, my expectations for LDT might not be as high as the majority of people are. The good news is they have a plethora of depth at center, right guard, and right tackle, which alleviates a lot of issues there.
Jesus, so much depth again. We talked about on the show yesterday. Obviously, you look at a player like Russell Wilson, he's complained for years about not having an offensive line. Patrick Mahomes has one bad game in the Super Bowl, and we revamped the entire front line to where it looks like Fort Knox out there. Like, seriously, to get to Patrick Mahomes, how are you going to make somebody that's 6'8"? I don't know how tall Feeney is, but Creed said it was 6'4", 6'5"?
I think it said 6'4".
6'4", and then you have when he becomes a starter, 6'6", and Trey Smith, and 6'6", 6'7", and Lucas May, and they don't give up sacks. They don't give up sacks. So that's the biggest point. They don't give up sacks. So how are you going to get to Patrick? I will be honest, and I said this on the show yesterday. Patrick, to me, is going to be the one with the most pressure on this offensive side of the ball because you've got the line to protect you. So really, you run around for your life with a chin and your head's cut off shouldn't happen unless you're trying to make something happen. But you need to be able to elevate your receivers, their play, their level, and be able to get the ball to them because a pass rush shouldn't even be an issue any longer.
It's going to come down to can the receivers get open, get separation, and that's always been a big deal because it's always been with Sammy Watkins, the injuries. It's always been Tyreek, Travis Kelce, and then can anyone step up? We've seen D-Rob do it for a game. We've seen McCollum do it for a play. Like against Tennessee Titans when he caught the ball midair, fell, and literally just ran past everyone. We go, wow, he should have been tackled right away. Like, we've seen glimpses, but it's time for someone to grab this. I don't know if it's going to be Pringle. I don't know if it's going to be D-Rob or McCollum. I don't know if it's going to be Powell, but someone needs to grab this number 2 spot.
I got a feeling it might be Powell. Powell, let me not say this. I could see, because I do know that it's been reported that when they drafted him, they did tell him, the mindset to have to come in and be prepared to try to start. I think that number 2 position is open. I know Sammy Watkins kind of on social media over the weekend, heaped some praise at him for number 14. He's got the pedigree. I talked to him on the Zoom on Saturday. And the fact that, because I asked him, I said, how do you think the transition for you is going to be from going from Clemson, where you were coached by a championship coach in Brown Sweeney, you play with a championship quarterback in Trevor Lawrence. Now you're coming from one great college where, where winning is everything, to an institution with the Chiefs where now winning is the only thing. I mean, so it's like, how you think that transition? He, to his credit, confidence, says that he thinks the transition for him is going to be easy because of the level of expectation, being able to play at a high level, the demands, being in front of a big crowd, he's not someone that's going to get nervous or anything like that. And he said, catching the ball from Trevor Lawrence and then catching the ball from Patrick Mahomes, I mean, that's a wide receiver's dream. So I like the way he's going to be able probably to transition. I don't know if he doesn't have the quote-unquote blazing speed, but I think he is someone that, because he hasn't got into, he's 22, 23 years old. He's older for 50 or senior. So, I think that helps in his favor where, his body is more of a man body and is ready for the rigors that's going to take place. He knows what it's like to play late into the season and play in the January. So, I like his ability and his chances of cracking the lineup, so to speak. Even if he's not starting, I think he becomes a third wide receiver, if not the second.
See, and I hope he takes the number 2 spot. And that's obviously, I think, everyone's dream and the goal. I envision him down the road being a DeMarcus Robinson, Chris Conley, that number 3 wide receiver who you're like, he's good. He's fine. I just don't see him being the... Yeah. Maybe just based on his size, his body, his speed, my comp for him is actually DeMarcus Robinson. And that's not a knock against him. I just think
Tom, if
they both got like 6'1", 6'2".
What's his weight?
I think it was. I gotta look that one up. It may have been 210.
Okay, yeah, because DeMarcus is not. He doesn't really have much, or as much as Powell. From what I saw in the Zoom and the footage, he looks a little bit thick. I mean, he looks like he's in real good shape. Like he's someone that's probably cut up. So I don't know about that. If I was to be a big man, if he learns the playbook, and I think, and for him it's more so, I believe he knows the route true, and I don't really doubt about that. But I just think that the fact he comes in 23, or he comes in, kind of older than most rookies that come into the league, I like his chances if he's able to grasp that playbook, develop something. I believe the Chiefs have most of their players here for OTAs this week, so. I think just by him being able to develop some cohesion with Patrick Mahomes, I like his chances of actually cracking the show. But he was, what? I hadn't thought about an offense, and I don't think he will, but I think he will be given a chance to be the number 2 starter on this team.
Yeah, they're both similar size, similar weight. D-Rob's 205, he's 210. Both have similar speed. It's just, you need a wide receiver who's not afraid to block. You need someone who can give you good depth, and I think that he will fill the D-Rob role once D-Rob's gone next year. I think that's going to be the best comparison for Powell. If he all of a sudden takes the next step, that's just great. That's fantastic. I just think he's drafted currently to eventually fill that D-Rob role the same way D-Rob was filling the Chris Conley role. You need third wide receiver to do it all.
I think he was drafted to fill the number 2 role.
Fifth or sixth round? Was it 5th round?
No. The same thing that we expect Trey Smith, because he was a 6th rounder, we expect him to probably start next year.
And that's because of blood clots. I mean, no. He was drafted there.
I understand, but what I'm saying, but we also have expectation that he's going to be cracking the starting lineup as well. Am I correct?
Eventually, yes.
Yeah. So what I'm saying, I'm saying the same thing about him. But what I'm saying is, right now, if you look at the Chiefs depth chart, they have Tyler. We know what he is. They got McCole and they got D-Rob as his number 2 and number 3 receiver. Do you credibly see McCole Hardman as a number 2 right now? Based off of what we saw last year.
I've said I don't see him as a number 2. Exactly. I think he's a number 3 or slot. I think.
So what I'm saying is, so what I'm saying is, again, I think D-Rob can elevate to number 2, but I'm saying in the 3 receiver set, I can see Powell being in that position instead of McCole, because I still think McCole, still has a long way to go to become a better wide receiver than what he has shown. So I can see somewhere where they focus him more on the returns, because now you got someone like Powell. You don't have McCole under so much pressure to you out of speed and be another Tyreek Hill out there in the field. He can try to make big plays along with Pringle in the return game. Pringle, because of his size, I can see him getting more play at wide receiver than we see McCole Hardman.
Yeah, McCole's all going to come down to route running. Until he learns to run crisp routes, it's going to be a struggle for him to get tons of playing time.
But that's the reason why I see Powell in there, because Powell, 20 years old, he had a real short year. I know that this dude knows the route tree, playing on the Dabo, practicing. You got to remember, Clemson, Alabama, Ohio State, Oklahoma, those type of schools have like an NFL feeding system to the coaching and stuff like that. They're playing you up for you to get to that next level. I believe that he's gotten out with Clemson. He's gotten out. He knows the route tree. Again, catching passes from Trevor Lawrence. You're not just out there running around and hoping he finds you. You're running specific routes. So I'm saying, I trust his route running ability more so than I do McCole, which means I think the better transition, easier for him coming over to the Chiefs, so he'll get a better chance to get more playing time at wide receiver than McCole will.
I do want to play some audio that we have from Andy Reid.
Yeah.
And it's talking about Lucas Niang, because I'm just going back to it, because I've been big on Lucas Niang. I think a lot of people have been big on Lucas Niang.
Yes.
When the reports came out, or a report came out that he was overweight, it kind of got brought up. And here's what Andy Reid had to say about the progression of Lucas Niang.
He's done a nice job in his camp. I mean, he's a big man, like really a big man, that has these beautiful feet. So I look forward to
getting him back in the pads in training camp and moving around and doing what offensive linemen do, the real football part of it. But still then, this gives him a chance to get acclimated, mentally and physically as he goes forward. So I think it's a good lead up for him.
Just generally speaking, what are sort of the concerns about a guy that hasn't played competitive football in a year? Like, what specifically will he have to sort of catch up on because he wasn't actually in game action?
He actually came in better shape than he probably was last year. So that's that's a plus. He's been doing stuff, and so he came in and it looked like he got right back into it. So for what we asked him to do, he was fine. He's a very intelligent kid. I don't think you guys know that, but he's very intelligent. So just getting him back in the swing of things, it looked like he did that well.
So he didn't shy away, called him a big man, but said he has beautiful feet. And that's what it comes down to. Is
Rich Rant thing had me scared for a second. Come on, man.
That was good. That was a good one right there. But no, that's what it comes down to is as an offensive lineman, do you have quick feet? Can you move side to side, laterally, front and back? Are you not a stationary person? You got to be able to be quick. And that's all he basically said was, yeah, he's big, but he's quick. He's got good feet. He knows to be in the right spot and how to move that body.
Well, not only that, when you saw the footage that our friend Harold Coons shot, he was the one that was in the pack when they were running down the drill. Like, you're worried about this guy, whether or not he was away. First of all, he's beating him from everybody else. It's only 4 of them, but still. Man, first of all, you want somebody huge that you can't push around. I think you talked about it. Chase Young has said that was his biggest challenge when he was in college. He could not defeat. He could not get around. He couldn't get around this kid. So, look, man, if I'm the Chiefs fan, the last thing I'm worried about is whether an offensive lineman is out of shape.
Yeah, Willie Roaf, does his huge stature ring a bell? I mean, I am excited for Lucas Niang, Andy Reid. Those were glowing compliments. Basically said he's in better shape than he was last year. He's looking like he's...
And he was still the same weight. He was the same weight when he checked in that he was when they weighed him at the combine.
Yeah. So I'm excited for Lucas Niang. I am extremely excited for Lucas Niang.
I'm excited for when these little draft picks mix and mingle with the veterans, and whether it's OTA this week or minicamp or training camp, when they all get together and they start competing, we'll see.
We do have more audio from Andy Reid. This time he's talking about Nick Bolton, the linebacker from Missouri.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I'll tell you now, he had a nice interception today, actually, right in the red zone. So he's Tiger tough, man. I mean, he's out there battling, and you have to love him. He's got great instincts. He's very intelligent. Did a nice job. Now we're in shorts, and he's a linebacker. So I mean, I know he probably can't wait till we start hitting that. But for this drill, for reals here, he should have a nice shot.
First off, Tiger tough. I love that. M-I-Z. No, but he talks about the coverage, the interception. Again, they're in shorts. It's different. It's not the same as wearing pads. We know that. People kept saying he wasn't great in coverage. I watched all of his games. He's good in coverage. Pro Football Focus ranked him good in coverage. So I don't know where this...
I don't know how you get to be 17 All-American and you're not good in coverage and all around, but that's just me. I don't know. Maybe I don't know football.
I think some people in national media, maybe people who didn't see him play, see, okay, he's not extremely athletic. He's not extremely fast. And maybe that translates to him not being... He has very good instincts. Nick Bolton has extremely good instincts. And that's what separates him from some other linebackers. There's a reason why he's drafted in the second round while typically being undersized. Because he's got good instincts. He knows
who else is undersized that has good instincts?
Who's that?
It
And there you go. I mean...
And I'm not committed, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, and I'm excited for Nick Bolton because while he is good in coverage, I think his best attribute is tackling. He is not afraid of getting there. He will mix it up.
That's the Chiefs fans are going to want to have happen. When you're facing Cleveland, week number 1, there's running backs. When you're facing Baltimore, week number 2, you really want a linebacker that can tackle, that can run from side to side and play off the edges. Yeah, that's what you want.
I don't know if he's going to be playing week 1 or week 2 by any means. He may get a snap here and there, but Willie Gay, we thought Willie Gay was going to get a lot more snaps early on. But never happened.
Sure. They never training camp. They never preseason game.
Sure.
Difference. Big difference. He's going to get reps. Like Willie Gay is they're going to get the reps that they did not get last year because of the pandemic and all the rest of stuff. So as long as they're getting in with the training camp and the rookie mini camp and the OTAs, trust what I tell you. One thing that Andy says is they're going to be hitting these players with all this information because they want them to know the playbook, especially the drafters. Now, I got to feel to make the team cool, but the drafters that they got to decide that they expect to make the team, they're going to force feed them, the playbook and stuff like that, so they can get a chance to be a part of this team, and so they can contribute with them on.
I think I'm most excited for when I see Willie Gay Jr. and Nick Bolton on the field together, because I think that's the future linebacking core that you build around for years to come.
I mean, you got 2 seconds. Those are the top defensive draft picks the last 2 years.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, I think they have.
And you get it for the cheap too.
Exactly, and I think they both have the attributes that you look for in this style of defense. I think they've done a good job trying to match fit, scheme. Chiefs haven't spent a whole bunch of draft capital on trying to get better here. I mean, they brought in Hitchens, obviously. That's for a signing from Dallas. They spent, wherever you want to put Bullen speaks, if you put him out outside linebacker, but he didn't fit this system once they switched over from Bob Sutton's. They drafted Dorian O'Daniel. I think that may have been a 3rd rounder, but he hasn't really panned out. He seems like a special teamer. I'm just excited to see a couple of 2nd-round draft picks invested here for the long haul.
Again, I think we talked a lot about Bill Veach and his draft history. A lot of people have been giving credit for finding Patrick Mahomes, but it was Dorsey that drafted him.
Sure.
Over the last 2-3 years, I mean, you could say, I guess McCall Hardman, because he was a quote-unquote pro bowler, is a success. I like him more so Ron Fournette is the one that's really, paying out the most. But I think overall, this draft class, I think all the picks, including Joshua Campbell, I think that they will all contribute in some way this upcoming season. Now, some more than others. Norgray, they give him play too, and they get some extended time, depending on what Kelsey and the play call that they do. I definitely expect, Nick Bolton, I expect him to start in some manner.
Yeah, because
in some manner. I
think you have a starter will be listed as probably a starter.
Yeah. They're trying to bet. I expect him to get he'll get a lot of playing time throughout the season, so that's no doubt. Creed Humphrey, again, I mean, I don't really know, because when you're sitting, but when you hide the ball, you just try to move it. So I don't know what type of competition or depth you really get between he and Austin Blythe.
And then you have technically Nick Allegretti still there. I didn't move him to guard.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, Nick Allegretti was a 6th or 7th round draft pick. I don't know if they have extremely high hopes for him. I think he's going to be more of a depth piece.
Yeah, and that's how I feel about Ken. I don't think he'll start when I do, but I do think he will get some rotation piece in to kind of give breathers to the defensive line. So I expect him to play. I don't expect big country, but I do expect him to get some rotation in. Trey Smith, like I said, depending on his health and what he's able to do. Again, when it comes to the line, I just don't know how you really judge how they do, unless you're just getting up sacks or you get hurt or something.
They have their metrics. They have Andy Reid, they know these.
But I will say, of all the players right off the bat that I see contributing game number 1, I would say be Nick Bolton and Cornell Powell.
Before we take a break, since you touched on Joshua Campbell, Andy Reid was talking about him, talking about some of his attributes, and so I figured let's play this since we're on the subject.
We'll see how it all goes. But you got a great work ethic. I mean, tremendous work ethic. He's very, very intelligent, and he's long. I mean, he's a big human being, and he's got he knows how to use it. He's got heavy hands, let's say. So, and then it's just a matter of him getting used to the scheme. He's got a tremendous coach, and so he'll get all the fundamentals down, and then he'll take it step by step, and eventually they'll use them. Like I mentioned about Yang, it was rough on the O-line and D-line right now because we can't hear anybody and do their thing.
You know, wide receivers and running backs are happy since no hitting's going on right now.
Exactly.
The one thing I will say, that's a glowing review. He's not going to say anything bad about guys during training camp. He's not going to say...
It doesn't matter. Draft is out the ball. I hope not.
It's tough to ascertain how he sees Kando fitting in. Honestly, the description he said, if you switch his name out with TK, I don't know if you see a difference. As far as the description that Andy Reid just gave, long, length, good hands, knows how to use them, athletic, intelligent.
I see no lies in what he said.
I see no lies, but I also see him saying the same thing you said about TK, and that's my only question mark still is, how is he specifically a different developmental prospect? Or if you're saying, you know what, he is what he is, and we're hoping that this ends up different.
You could say that possibly could become so cheaper.
I don't even know what TK signed for. He went to New Orleans. I don't think of much. I'll check that out. I'll check that out in the break. We'll check that one out in the break. This is Darren Sterling right here on ESPN Kansas City.
Are you looking for unique sporty clothing and merchandise that makes you stand out from the crowd? Do you love Kansas City sports teams? The Cherry Company designs and creates fashion-forward gear for athletes, avid sports fans, and everything in between. Check out our famous KC Mahomes denim jacket at cherrysportsgear.com or find it in stores in the Made in KC, Lee Summit, or Plaza location. Sport style, sport local, sport cherry. Want a 20% off discount? Mention 810 Sports in store or use code 810 online. Stay on top and visit cherrysportsgear.com today.
Another season of frigid temperatures is finally behind us. But with the good comes some bad, because another winter in the books means another year of wear and tear on your roof. Greg Gurley here. Wouldn't it be nice to sleep well knowing you can trust the roof over your head? You can with the company I trust, Buck Roofing. Buck Roofing has fixed the roof over my mom's head and thousands of KC homeowners and commercial buildings. Jayhawks, Wildcats, and Tigers all agree that Buck Roofing is simply the best in Kansas City. Ron and his team are experts in residential, commercial roofing, and they can do your gutters too. Don't just take my word for it. Check their rating with Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. Buck Roofing will do only the work that needs to be done, and you can trust that you are getting a fair bid. Put this number in your phone now. 913-384-2680. That's 913-384-2680 or online at ourbuckroofing.com. And sleep well knowing Buck Roofing fixed the roof over your head.
The Missouri Coalition for Roadway Safety is asking us all to show me zero. Show me zero crashes caused by impaired or distracted drivers. Show me zero injuries caused by being unbuckled or driving too fast. All of this leads to zero fatalities on our roads. Put your phone down while you drive, buckle up, drive the speed limit, and never drive impaired. Because our roads can only be safe when everyone on them is safe. Stay safe, Missouri. Show me zero.
Keep mosquitoes away all summer long with Augustine Exterminators. Right now, save $15 every month with Augustine. For a limited time, Augustine is offering the mosquito protection for just $75 a month. Augustine Exterminators wants to thank you for trusting them to protect your home from pests for more than 50 years. They appreciate your loyalty, and to say thanks, they're offering you the opportunity to add an additional layer of protection from mosquitoes around your home for just $75 a month. Call Augustine Services today at 913-359-8627 or go online to AugustineExterminators.com. Augustine Exterminators and Augustine Carpet Clean. Check them out online at AugustineServices.com. They do commercial and residential pest control, along with commercial and residential termite, even bed bug control. Of course, there's never any contracts with Augustine, and all their techs are certified applicators. Most companies can't say that. In fact, their techs average 17 years with Augustine. They're even Quality Pro and Green Pro certified as well. So for carpet and rug cleaning, air duct, tile and grout cleaning, Augustine Exterminators, and Augustine Pest Control.
Welcome back to Darren and Sterling on ESPN 1510 AM, 94.5 FM, 1510.com, Facebook Live. Darren, did you watch the ending of the Royals game last night?
I have better things to do with my life.
I was laughing with my friends because the Royals were up. And I go, they're up 3-2 during the ninth. I go, they're going to throw Wade Davis in there and they're going to lose it, aren't they? They throw in Wade Davis and lose it. First off, why is Wade Davis on this team?
Well, why are you speaking things into existence? Speak me doing a 10-leg parlay and winning and break you off saying this and you know, talking about Wade Davis coming moving the ball.
Yeah, well, because one, it was a joke because no way in hell should Wade Davis be in a high-leverage, safe situation at this point. He's had a horrendous 3-year stretch. He's not been even remotely average since 2018. I just don't get it.
Well, it was a hell of a draw.
And that's what it is. I think once Jesse Hahn and Kyle Zimmer come back from injury, he's an easy DFA'd, designated for assignment. He's done. To me, it almost sucks because you don't want to have a lasting memory of Wade Davis blowing games. He was so good for you for so long. He's not been good for 3 years. I mean, he's been horrendous for 3 years. Why even try a reclamation project? At least Greg Holland, he got himself out of a jam last night and it was great, and he's been pretty good, you know, the past couple of seasons. Wade Davis is throwing up meatballs, nothing left in the tank. And don't even get me started on replay. Again, they blew a call on replay. Again,
We're talking about the home.
at home, he's easily tagged, and then they're called. Why have replay? Like, why have replay if you're not going to use it? If you're just going to go with whatever was on the field, if you're not going to overturn anything, why have replay? Are you sitting here because you're scared you're in Chicago? They're going to, because you're the away team? Like, if this was in Kaufman, would they say, all right, we'll overturn it because they're the home team? Don't just go with what the home team. It's so frustrating. I'm irate. I'm livid. It's just, last night was a debacle.
Sterling, I feel you. I mean, I can't really add much to it. One, because I didn't watch the game. Like I said, I was watching the NBA, still better game, brought all 15 games. Stuff that mattered. The
Royals matter, okay? If they would have won 3 out of 4 against the White Sox, which talk about a great bounce back after losing 11 straight. But
including the games in Detroit.
Yeah, and then it's just something needs to be done about the bullpen because the Royals bullpen, I know some people were very high on it. It's terrible. The Royals bullpen has been terrible. They have a...
So if you're Mike Medina, what do you do, Sterling?
Not much you can do
more for the day.
If I'm Mike Matheny, there's not much you could have done. You're going to Wade Davis, and I get the reason why you put him in. He has experience closing. We already went through Greg Holland. You had a doubleheader the 2 nights before, so you've gone through a lot of bullpen guys. Josh Stallma, your supposed closer, in the middle of these titles, he's pitched 2 straight games. He's out. Scott Barlow, he just pitched. He's out. So it's either Davis, Irving Santana, Tyler Zuber. You don't have a lot of good options. I think Mike Matheny is waiting for Jesse Hahn and Kyle Zimmer to get healthy, and then you'll probably see...
it's a long time to be waiting, man.
Again, you got to have more bullpen depth in this. You have all these young stud pitchers. If you have to put one in the bullpen, Daniel Lynch maybe. I don't know. I'm just footballing here because...
So how do they bounce back?
It's tough.
For last night's loss. Because again, remember I told you, even though they lost 11-1, like they would have won 3 out of 4, it's still a situation mentally where you find ways to lose games. And that's not a good thing for any professional athlete, but that's what they're doing. They find a way to literally snatch victory out the hand, out of the jaws of defeat. So, I mean, if you're the Royals, I mean, I don't say you got to take a nuclear bomb to a roster and what you're doing in the bullpen.
But the bullpen, maybe.
Yeah, but that's. I don't have answers to that.
I mean, luckily they have the day off today, so you have time to.
So you mean they can't lose today?
They can't lose today.
Okay.
They play Milwaukee. They're back at
they're back in Kaufman tomorrow.
Yeah, but we'll see with the weather.
That's what I was about to say.
You got Brandon Woodruff against Danny Duffy. Woodruff has been unbelievable this year, 1.64 ERA, but 1.64. But guess what? Danny Duffy's been great too with a 1.94. So
the benefit while you're looking at that, look and see if the other team still on the roster.
he's on the roster.
Okay.
I don't know how much he has played this year. I think he's back now.
That's the one bad thing about it. Even though we can go back to the game, so I can't get to the players, so I can holler at them. So
Yeah, he should be there.
I'm going
Looking up, yeah, he's back. He's not playing great. Batting .222.
but he's in the lineup.
He batted third on was that yesterday? So he batted third yesterday. But
He'll be in the lineup tomorrow. Man.
yeah, just based on Kaufman, based on we got to see him and Salvador Perez get together just for some laughs.
Oh man. Okay, it's my dude, man.
But at some point, though, just going back to replay really quickly, are they going to overhaul this? Because there's been so much outcry, not just from Royals. The biggest screw job was the Phillies-Braves game when the guy never touched home, still never touched home, and they call him safe because they say that's what it was on the field. At some point, they need to stop protecting umpires.
I think you're going to have to have something happen in the playoffs where the replay affects the outcome of the game. Because it's happened quote unquote so early in the season that if you don't have another incident the rest of the year, then it kind of gets like a one-off, so to speak. But I think if it happens in the playoffs, World Series, Division Championship, something like that, I think we can see an outcry because if it has an effect on a win or a loss, especially in the World Series, then I can see what happens.
I agree, but it's not a one-off. It's been a 20-off.
No. I get it, but what I'm saying is because it's happening early in the season versus late in the season.
Sure.
I'm just saying because, out of sight, out of mind.
I just think that
because we might not be talking about this in September. We'll be talking about other things.
Sure. There's already been one game, the Royals and White Sox, which was determined by...
It's been affected by a couple of times.
I'm just saying at Final Out. Final Out was...
No, I know that, but I'm just saying in general.
Sure, they've been a lot. And they've gone against them a decent amount. And then you had the Phillies and Braves game, where that game was literally decided by a replay. I almost want to say, hey, let's send it to someone who has no idea where the call is on the field. Don't tell him. Don't tell him that if he was safe. Don't tell him if he was out. Say, what do you see from this replay? Give us your best judgment.
No, so basically, you want them to do like the NFL. They send it to the world. I mean, they have someone in studio that can look at it and kind of overrule the rest of the people.
I don't want it to say, well, what was it called in the field? Well, we're 95% sure he was out, but a call in the field was safe. There's an inkling. No, common sense says that he was out. You saw the jersey move. You saw him get tagged. You know this. He's out. Don't give me it's not 1,000% definitive. You saw it move. This is not rocket science.
Okay.
I get so irritated. It's same thing in football. I don't really like when calls stand. I prefer saying, don't let them know where the call on the field is. Send it to them and have you use your best judgment. What do you see?
Well, see, the only flip side of that is that you're still relying on the human element versus like if the human on the field says something, but the human in New York or in the sky says something different. Now and if it doesn't go in your direction, then people are going to be complaining about that.
So the human in the sky has got 30 angles slowed down. The guy saw it one time on real speed.
But the official has it on the field as well. When they go on the move, they can. And so they'll have a time limit that I'm aware of how long it takes them to get the call right. So I'm saying the same thing that the official, either in the booth or in New York, is going to be saying. That same official down in the field has the same vantage point. When they go look in the booth. So I Again, it can be one judgment or the other again. At the end of the day, if the judgment doesn't go in the direction that you, the fan of the home team, that you're hoping that it goes and it goes against you, then you feel a certain kind of way.
I'm almost to the point now in baseball where I say bring back the replay for what it was meant for, and that was for home runs. That was the reason why I had it, so that way you can tell those players out.
Put it on the jumbotron so everybody can see it.
I love that. And when the Royals stopped doing that, that was one of the things that irritated me to no end. I'm like, let me boo this umpire like he should.
Mercilessly.
Oh, it was merciless back then. I remember that. They needed to bring that back.
But I think the reason they don't do it no more like that is probably because it's safer. Yeah, probably I'm safety.
They don't want to hear. They don't want kids to hear f-bombs being dropped by.
Now, here's the other thing too, because really, and I've noticed this, you don't really get a chance to see an official's face unless he just wants to just, bring his face mask up with him. But you, Jerry, don't know what the official, the up or looks like. So,
especially with masks on during COVID, they're really anonymous now.
I'd keep it that same.
Unless you're Angel Hernandez, because then you know because he blows every call, and you're like, who's the guy who's making all the bad calls? I'm gonna go ahead and take a wild guess now.
Sterling. So I got to ask, did you watch the NBA Hall of Fame speech?
I watched part of it, and I saw. There were some really cool parts in tributes for Kobe Bryant. I saw Tim Duncan's speech for Greg Popovich, and that was just phenomenal. Just a heartfelt, it seemed like he didn't write anything down. Tim Duncan was like, I'm just going to speak from the heart, and whatever it takes me, it takes me, and that was cool. It was good, man.
I remember being on the Zoom call with him and Kevin Garnett Friday. It was me from the heart. Yeah. Now, I think Vanessa Brown, I purposely did not watch it because I didn't want to get emotionally invested in this. I mean, it is what it is. We all know the situation with that. Darren was clean as usual. Obviously, I think she did well. Again, I want to shout out to Mika Catchings, for the WNBA. She had a hell of a career, and I'm glad she got out of the recognized as well. Kevin on that, and then typical like I said on the show yesterday, a kid that was born in Malden, South Carolina, grew up on the west side, and went to school on the south side of Chicago. And so he was able to survive in Chicago to make it to the NBA and survive and do and having a long-lasting career. It was a good Hall of Fame, man. I mean, but when you look at the names that were announced for next year's Hall of Fame, I don't know. It's not going to rival this year, but just the vastness and the amount of people that are getting in. You got Ben Wallace, you got Chris Webber, Paul Pierce, I'm trying to get Paul Pierce on the show. I got an email sent out to them by trying to get him on the show. Who else was there? Oh, Chris Bosh.
Yeah, it was a lot of names, but without this year was so good because Tim Duncan, KG, and Kobe, if you're going big three, I mean, that's just so hard to rival. You can't rival that, but next year, we'll take a quick break because I've seen some stuff about Chris Bosh and all that stuff floating around there. I think you may have had something out about Chris Bosh. Did you?
I have no idea. We'll see when we come back, won't we?
We'll see when we come back. This is Darren and Darren right here on ESPN Kansas City.
Join Union Broadcasting in thanking local companies that care. Union Broadcasting salutes CBD American Shaman for their support of the Derek Thomas and Neil Smith Third and Long Foundation, sacking illiteracy among urban youth. Through social, cultural, and educational activities, the Third and Long Foundation helps participating children in school and beyond. You can also help by donating at thirdandlong.org. Thank you, CBD American Shaman, for being a company that cares.
In these trying times, Kansas City Credit Union knows how important cash flow is in your household. With rates near all-time lows, now is the time to take action. Free up some cash by lowering your monthly car loan payment when you refinance your auto loan with Kansas City Credit Union. And as a bonus, Kansas City Credit Union will delay your payments for 90 days. Visit kansascitycreditunion.com/810sports for more information. Kansas City Credit Union, your path to financial freedom.
Tired of looking at the same countertops, cabinets, and tile? Shop Select Countertops and Decor, where you will find all home furnishings and excellent customer service. Contact the Select team and mention Sports Radio 810 to receive 10% off your entire project. Call 913-602-1303 or visit their showroom for the most unique selection to fit any budget. And they have great financing options available. Find out more at eSelectStone.com.
Work hard and play hard with Easy Sport, Boulevard's refreshing rally air. Infused with tangerine peel and sea salt, Easy Sport hits the shelves at only 99 calories and 4.5 carbs. This subtly salty, slightly tart beer packs a punch of flavor. Whether you just finished a run, a pickup game, or mowing the lawn, Easy Sport is a refreshing, guilt-free way to celebrate the everyday. Grab an Easy Sport, Boulevard Brewing Company, Kansas City, Missouri. Are you looking for unique sporty clothing and merchandise that makes you stand out from the crowd? Do you love Kansas City sports teams? The Cherry Company designs and creates fashion-forward gear for athletes, avid sports fans, and everything in between. Check out our famous KC Mahomes denim jacket at cherrysportsgear.com or find it in stores in the Made in KC, Lee Summit, or Plaza location. Sport style, sport local, sport cherry. Want a 20% off discount? Mention 18 Sports in store or use code 810 online. Stay on top and visit cherrysportsgear.com today.
Hey, this is Steven St. John, and I've been listening to how great Nate feels after going to Stretch Zone, so I had to try it out myself, and I feel fantastic. And my wife, Susan, she's had 2 years of daily back pain, which is already feeling better after a few sessions. Stretch Zone will help you release stiffness and soreness, increase and maintain range of motions, and enhance physical skills. Stretch Zone is located in Lenexa and Overland Park. For more information, check out stretchzone.com.
Welcome back to Darren and Sterling here on ESPN Kansas City, 1510 AM, 94.5 FM, 1510.com, Twitter and Facebook Live. So, before the break, we're talking about next year's NBA draft class. I've been hearing people say Chris Bosh isn't a Hall of Famer. I thought you may have said something about that. Maybe not. I think he's in. Like
I know anything about him. He would be in. I mean, he was multiple-time All-Star. He was a contributing, a main factor of them winning two world titles. And, his career was just cut short because of blood clots. I mean, and he got pretty real for him. But, he is. Everybody likes to blame LeBron for the form of the super team, even though we forget about Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce. But if you're going to credit LeBron, you got to credit Chris Bosh as well, because he had to buy into it. Because initially it was going to be Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, and Carmelo Anthony, but Carmelo Anthony decided to take the money in New York, which is stupid on his part.
I don't blame him, because it's New York, and he was the king of New York for.
But he wasn't doing the title, and he wasn't doing the title. No. So I'm saying, you have to weigh things out. Like, you can say your wife, Lala. I mean, I'm sorry, they got things called planes and jets and stuff. And you got the money. So she can live in Miami. There's a lot of film that go in Miami. Bad Boys, Miami Vice, did a lot of reality shows that she could have done, hip-hop in Atlanta or Miami.
I don't watch any of those shows.
I do. I cannot lie. I watch it religiously. There was something that came across the movie talking about the new stuff, but the question is, how long can the Chicago Bears trot around or sell anybody that's a star, knowing that you can limit to do just a few?
Because they also have, is Nick Foles?
Yes, he's still in.
I mean, the Bears are in a very weird situation. They have a lot of money tied up in quarterback, and everyone knows Justin Fields is at least going to be, if he's not the future, you have to give him a shot to be the future.
I think he starts game number one. I think what you do, though, you hope Andy Dalton doesn't get hurt, because you can use him as trade bait or trade value Depending on how people's training camps work out.
He's got no trade value. Nick Foles has no trade value. The Bears were the only team stupid enough to pay for him. I don't have any problems if they think that Justin Fields isn't ready week one and they say, we'll sit him.
I think he will be.
But, think of the Chargers when they had Tyrod Taylor and he was going to be the guy for at least a few more games until the doctor punctured his lung. Inside job there. No, I don't want to start conspiracy theories. But maybe they do the same thing here. They go, all right, Andy or Nick Foles, you're the guy for 3 games. And
but I'm going to be honest with you. And this is me. I think it hurts your credit, especially when you know your job's on the line, because to the point, look at Bill O'Brien when he was in Texas, when he was in Houston. You kept making it seem like this dude was a better, was a starter fit to be starting over Deshaun Watson. And then during the first game at halftime, you bring Deshaun Watson out to start to say that, and that's that. It's like,
sure.
And instead of just naming the new starter, because you know he's going to be the starter, let him get those first 2 reps, let him get those bunch of moves out there and get that experience now. So by the time, because what you don't want to do, you don't want to try to force a member in the middle of the season where he's got to now try to build chemistry with the team. And then when you name him now, let him work out with the first team. Let him build out it together, because we know where it's going to go. He's going to be the starter.
Sure.
Whether it's the first game or it's like so. Don't sort of try to be too cute by half, and that's what I think that they're doing right now. And them working in favor.
We know Mahomes is going to be a starter eventually, but do you wait a year?
But you already had a starter,
sure.
Starter, and Alex Smith.
Sure.
You don't have that in Chicago. Andy Dalton starting the teams, he had certain games, so he doesn't have any more chemistry with them than Justin Fields does.
To me, it was like a Tyrod Taylor situation with the Chargers. You probably let him sit there for a couple of games. That was the game plan, at least, until you feel Justin Fields 100% knows the playbook.
You better make sure he gets a lot of reps with the first team.
No, I agree. This is Darren Sterling right here on ESPN Kansas City, 1510 AM, 94.5 FM, 1510.com. Thank you guys so much for listening. We are out of here.